Yeah, that's it. That's how we're starting this thing. No music, no intro, no nothing. At least if you're watching the live stream. When you hear the podcast version of this, when you're listening to that, you'll probably have an intro and some music. Until then, hey, I'm Jared. I'm Jared. That's Jake, and this is Galactic Animals. Jake's favorite part of when we used to do a show years and years ago, his favorite part of the show was when I would introduce a beer that I was drinking and discuss, the brewery and kind of give the shout outs. And Jake really enjoyed that segment. So tonight I am sipping on a Great Lakes Brewery Vivacious double IPA. And it's a strong one. It's a strong one. Guess the ABV on this bad.
You're actually starting.
This is exactly why I'm doing it, because I knew.
Bravo, sir. Bravo, sir. You've already checkmated me. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Get your licks in now, because you're in for a doozy tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
All I want to say is before we get into all the shit you're gonna get tonight and the rest of our lives while we do this show.
Yeah.
Because now we can't stop, won't stop. I just want to say cheers. Cheers to you, the Jared Watson. Cheers to us getting back on this motherfucker. I don't care what I'm drinking. I don't even know what I'm drinking, much less will I tell you or the audience what I'm drinking. It's just the fucking beer that I grabbed warm on top of my basement freezer. One of the only 2 beers. And I don't know when I bought it or someone else bought it.
Let me know when you're done talking so I could take this cheers sip.
We just haven't set it down yet, so don't worry. I've just grabbed a beer because you said it's a celebration. We should have a beer. And I was like, all right, I'll go see if I have a beer. So I do. So cheers. Take a sip.
Cheers.
There we go. We fucking earned it.
And to think, we used to do a show where I would drink like 8.
Dude.
And by the end of the live, and it was a live show. And by the end of that live show, it was time to end that live show.
You were making wine in your closet.
I forgot.
That was part of our content.
It was. That's not this show though. This is going to be a much more grown up version of that show. Because I just I feel a little more grown up, I feel a little more grown up.
It's been like almost 10 years, bro.
Yeah. Mid-40s, man.
But this one is going to be here to stay. It's just that I wouldn't feel okay.
Yeah.
Completely letting our old show just be in the dustbin of podcast history. At some point, our audience is going to want the prologue. And so that's what this show is about. And the only thing I want to say before we get to the prologue really is like, we've been wanting to do this for a while.
Years.
We're going to tell the stories of us over time, but we have overthought coming back to this show. Let's just put it that way. We tried last year, and life, we're grown-ups now. We're more grown up now, and life has gotten in the way, and we have overthought getting on it. And so what you're getting now is the return of us doing a show, and really it's just going to be whatever the fuck we're going to talk about. And it's going to be live, and it's going to be posted, and that's going to be good enough.
I would say that to give a bit more of an idea, though, Jake, I mean, the things that we are into, I think that the way that we are trying to encapsulate this show, the way that we have, the title of the show itself, Galactic Animals. This is a show that is going to focus a lot on existence, on, you know, the absurdity of our existence, ridiculousness of what the fuck we're even doing. I think a lot of us might be going through some of those questions in our own head if we watched, you know, the Artemis, all the Artemis stories over the past, what is it? Is it a month now? A couple of weeks? Feels like a month, maybe.
A few weeks.
I feel like that was also that maybe even that was a bit more of a kick in my ass to want to jump back in, like, and get this rolling even more, or just reinforced that feeling.
Okay.
So yeah, that stuff, human behavior, psychology. I mean, I'm a whole, like, I'm changing my entire life over the past 3 years, career field, and just the act of doing what I am doing with school has over the past 7 years has had an impact on the direction of my life, in the same way that oh yeah, by the way, Jake and I are both veterans, and just in the same way that the military shaped and changed my life. And so this show's going to probably reflect a lot of that. And if you listen to the old show, you'll hear some of the old show, but maybe also a little bit less of the old show.
I didn't really clarify what I was trying to clarify, and that's my bad. But really, it's why. Yes, Jared's correct. We're going to talk about all that stuff. The content's going to be good. The topics we talk about, I 100% guarantee will be interesting, and they're fun to talk about. They're fun to think about. We're going to expand our own minds and yours, whoever's listening to this, because that's the type of shit we like to talk about, and it's fun. We're both very curious people. We're both people who like to explore the world around us in all kinds of different ways. All that stuff is true. But why do we have a show versus, like, why don't I have a show with someone else, and why doesn't Jared have a show with someone? It's like
because everybody else already has a show with someone else at this point.
Well, they're all taken.
Who the fuck doesn't have a show?
We couldn't. We were the last white dudes on Earth, middle-aged white dudes without a podcast. We just met each other on a Slack channel. No, we're best buddies, and we just, over the years, figured out that there's something between us that's just extra funny and entertaining. Mm-hmm. And when Jared says it's not the old show, it was just a lot sillier, and that's okay. And I'm saying all of that as a prologue to the prologue to the prologue, because today's show is going to be a little taste of what the old show used to be, because we owe it to each other to remember our roots, and we owe it to our future audience to have some sort of connection to the old show. And some of those future audience people were there from the beginning, and some of them are listening to this probably this week when we're posting it. They'll probably remember, and they'll just laugh all over again. But I think it's just important to get the lore down first, to remember where we come from, and then we can go from there.
Sometimes I try not to remember where I came from.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is these are going to be clips from a show called the Jared Watson Show, and this stuff was recorded back around 2014, 15. Was it later than that? 16 time frame. 14, 15, I think.
This one was
15
16,
and 16.
But you'll see. We'll get into it.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Okay. In fact, we're going to get into it really quick with this first clip. This is about, I think it's over 90 minutes of episode, and I took it and found the best parts of the 90 minutes. And so we're going to hit clips of just one of our previous episodes, one that I chose. So
do we need to set up the episode?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. Do what you want. Oh, apparently here we go. My wife's just busting in. Just like the old days.
All right. We're playing with this right now.
Come on. You want to come and sit and watch? Oh, okay. Love you.
All right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Jared Watson. Just coming to say hey. And I'm bringing to you an episode that was recorded last season. It's episode 8 of last season, and it's about anxiety and panic attacks. I've had both. I've dealt with both in my life. The reason we're re-airing this is because I was out of town for a big chunk of last week, so we didn't have a chance to record a new episode. Also, throughout the season, we likely will re-air a majority of the shows from last season, especially because none of them are archived anymore on the web. So that's the only way that a lot of you are ever going to hear them. I can honestly say that some of the stories that I share.
Just before I continue, just keep
Dude,
keep
I
track.
forgot that
Have a-
was
Go ahead.
this was like a restart of
Yeah.
the show.
So I feel like if we want to get completely drunk, we're going to drink every time we make a reference to a show that we used to do that we're now re-airing. Okay, so just pay attention to that.
In this episode are pretty freaking ridiculous, and I'd be willing to bet you're gonna laugh. Without further ado, here's Jake and I talking anxiety and panic attacks.
Lots of ado.
Enjoy.
You're listening to the Jared Watson Show.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Tracy wants
So-
to re-record.
This, I just needed to hear the music, folks. I loved having intro music, and Jared took that away from me after a while, just apparently because it was too hard to just have the intro music.
At the time,
At the
I think
time.
that's going to change once we decide some of these things. This is what the folks call a soft launch.
Yeah, it's pretty soft. Okay. Yeah, right, Hicks. Hicks is over there on the beanbag, coughing something up. All right,
Didn't even
next
hear it.
clip.
Wow.
Just go with it, buddy.
Okay.
That the listeners are about to hear, which I heard, several weeks ago when we first recorded these things. I honestly didn't know myself, even knowing you as close as any man should know another man,
Yeah, really close.
including homosexuality.
You just fed me chips with guacamole with your own hands.
Yes, your lips grazed my fingers on one of them
Yeah,
when you were acting like the farting wombat who
I
likes
acted
sweet
like-
corn. That was glorious.
Google that. Google the
Yeah.
farting wombat.
You'll understand.
Google that.
So, all right, just had to get that in there. That's how we're starting the episode. To just put us in context fully here, we recorded an episode in early 2016 where
Oh.
Jared,
Mm.
at this point in Jared's life, there was a
Oof.
lot going on,
It was a
and
rough-
we
it
had
was
a
a rough-
podcast.
Rough time.
We had a podcast. And now you can already tell why this is the episode I'm choosing to reintroduce our new Galactic Animals podcast, because it's instructive in a lot of ways. But just to put us in a timeline, an inception timeline, this made me laugh while I was going through this exercise. Early 2016, we had a show. He had just gone through a whole bunch of craziness in life. We recorded a podcast that had several stories in it. Some of those stories were just a little too deep, and a little too revealing about things that were still kind of like wrapping up in his life about some other people. And much like I'm being vague right now, we probably should have been more vague in that episode. And we weren't going live at that time. We had not turned it into a live show. So then he told some other stories in that episode that were funny and not too deep about anxiety. And what happened was we re-listened to it, and I was like, dude, there's too much. We have to cut these things because it's just,
I was laying it all out there.
laying way too much out there.
It was
Like-
my Barbara Walters tell-all.
Bearing his soul and souls of others, perhaps. But the other stuff in that episode was so funny and good that we had to pause that. We basically just put it set it aside, didn't release it. And we
Right.
kept doing episodes about other stuff until finally Jared got his shit together and was like, I'll edit that. I'll edit that stuff out we don't want. I'll keep the funny stuff. We'll do it. Okay. He finally did it.
Mhm.
That became an episode
Mhm.
of the 2016 season, a later episode. So you'll see just on this YouTube video that we're playing from right now, it says 013 replay 008. 008 was the original. Replay 008 was the next one that was edited. We are now in 013, which is the next season of our show, talking about the replay of one that we did earlier that year. So now we are recording an episode in 2026 about recording an episode in 2017, which was about recording an episode in later 2016, which was about an episode we had to edit out a bunch of shit up in 2016 earlier. Does everyone got that? Okay. All right, now I'm going to skip ahead.
Say that again.
Really?
Say it. No, not really.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to go to...
Yeah.
I'm just going to hit play.
This story goes back to my early childhood. I don't remember how old I was because I have neglected to get any more details on the story, which were a problem the first time we recorded it. The only detail that I got that I verified was that that it was a rabbit closing a hatch. It'll make sense when you listen to it. I did talk to my mom, and she's like, "Yeah, that's what it was." And I don't remember what else we talked because I was verifying that. I didn't get any more detail than that. I'm sorry, Jake.
So what?
Sounds about right. Sounds about right,
dude. Yeah. I'm sitting here listening to this in my earbuds, trying to write down the time hacks that I want, and I have no idea because it's so long ago. I'm like, what is this about? I kind of vaguely remember anxiety.
And then, keep in mind, like Jake did not. I have no idea what clips he chose. I know the episode. Like I have an idea of like what's going on in the episode. Like that stuff. Yeah. I don't know what's coming. I know what this story is.
Well, yeah,
I know what this story is.
You know, it's a story about a rabbit and a hatch.
Hypnotized.
Biggie. Do you want to say anything to our current audience about the rabbit and the hatch?
I mean, am I going to say things that I'm going to also say? Am I going to step on my own feet?
I just want you to feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
My mom thought that I think there were some people in my family or maybe some friends or just the way that she was raised to believe might have thought that by taking me to get hypnotized to stop anxiously throwing up randomly whenever I just felt like it, that she was inviting the devil in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, inviting the devil in.
You told the story.
And clearly she should have listened to everybody else because hard to argue
that
she didn't invite the devil in. If you look back over a significant number of my 40, how old am I now? 45 years on this planet?
Yeah, you're 45. I'm pretty sure.
I had to think about it.
All right. I'm purposely... I don't even know what how much I should spoil. But Jared used to just, as a kid, used to throw up. Just didn't really know why.
I had anxiety.
And he had anxiety. I don't know if people used that word back then, but he had anxiety. He used to throw up at weird times. And everything was tried until finally it was time to try a hypnotist. The hypnotist was like, here's what you do. You're going to be hypnotized. Go to sleep. Imagine there's a rabbit and there's a hatch. And when that rabbit closes that hatch, you can't throw up anymore.
What I will say is that's not how it went.
Literally, that's what you said in the podcast.
You told me a story about a rabbit. I don't remember what the story was.
You were hypnotized.
I didn't have to close my eyes. I don't believe I had to close my eyes.
You don't know.
I was about 4, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 5.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. We can come back to that.
It worked.
We can come back to that.
It worked.
It worked. Absolutely.
What's going on?
Yeah, you never had anxiety again. All right, let's go.
And here's the story. So, I got to tell you a story about when I was a kid. I used to have an awful habit of throwing up. Like
That's a
Jarid
weird
Watson,
habit.
it was like some kids have other habits, like building with Legos or watching Thundercats. My habit
More of a hobby.
was to throw up. That's what I did.
This is, I don't know.
I don't know why, right? I don't know why. I don't know what it was that caused me to throw up. I mean, I think I have an idea of it now, but my parents ended up taking me. I was probably around five years old. I'd have to ask my mommy. I'll give her a call. But anyways.
You don't know.
And they had me hypnotized.
Call Donna right now.
I'm not calling Donna right now.
Donna, call into the show.
I believe Donna's not listening. This isn't live.
Donna,
Anyways,
you hear my voice.
She could sense it.
If my phone rings,
Call your son.
She's at home right now.
Just call me. I'll
that.
take my phone off
Did you feel
airplane
that?
mode.
I felt that. They take me to go and get hypnotized, like Biggie, and so I go and get hypnotized, and they basically read me a book. This woman reads me a book, and then at the end of the book, I think it has to do with like a rabbit going to his house. When he goes to his house, he closes the door, and the door is above ground, and he closes it.
What in the fuck are you talking about?
This is the story. This is how I was hypnotized. So I was told that every time I had to throw up, that I felt the urge to throw up,
Yeah.
that I had to close that hatch.
You're a
Close
rabbit?
the hatch by snapping your fingers.
You're a rabbit? What does the rabbit have? I'm sorry. I
They
really
read
don't understand.
the book. I might even be wrong. Maybe it wasn't about a rabbit.
They read a book.
They read a book.
Were you hypnotized when they read the book?
Yes, that was a part of the hypnotism, was the book.
Was it?
It was to instill this thing in my mind of this habit of closing a hatch.
Were you hypnotized when they read it, or is that how they got you hypnotized?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me go back and ask 5-year-old Jared what he thinks.
I would love to talk to him.
I don't know what. I don't
First
know.
on my list to talk to would be your mom, then 5-year-old Jared.
No, 5-year-old Jared was an asshole.
Yeah.
So I it worked for a while. I don't know whether it always worked or I grew out of it or whatever. But what I think it all stemmed back to was I was a super nervous kid, and the way that my nerves and my anxiety as a 5-year-old, I don't know why I had it. I had a good upbringing, all that stuff. But I was a nervous kid, always nervous.
I just want you to know we got 2 more minutes in this clip. So
oh
get
my
comfy.
God, really?
Always nervous. Social situations, new people, in school, always nervous. And I think that my way of handling that was just to be like, I just ate spaghetti, bleh, and just throw it all up. I'm feeling my nerves. I'm going to throw up. And that's what I did.
Did you ever throw up again after you learned to close the hatch trick?
I don't know whether I did or not. I don't know whether I forced myself to ignore the trick and say it's not working anymore. Like I don't remember much other than it working. Like I would go to the bathroom, I would have a family member there with me reminding me to snap my fingers to close the hatch.
Wow.
And then I wouldn't. And then I wouldn't throw up.
Would you remember to snap your fingers by yourself, or did you need a family member?
I don't remember. I'm thinking eventually I would remember to snap my fingers. Maybe it would start.
You don't
when I
remember
would be
whether
sitting
you
down.
remember? This is the best part about Jared's stories, by the way. I mean, it's about whether it's an important story like this one, which starts out an important podcast episode, or any sort of dumb story that means
What I'm
nothing.
trying to figure out
if
is
you ask him a single question about it, like, oh, well, there's just one detail I'm curious about. I don't know.
there are certain. I don't. How am I supposed to remember the details of my 5-year-old life?
Well, if you don't remember the details, it's fine. It's just like if you choose that story to open this topic up, I was hoping you might remember some of those, just a few of the important details. Like, here's how this process worked.
I kind of gave you a slight overview of it. I mean, it
You
wasn't
did a
in
very
detail.
slight overview. Yeah,
I didn't give you all the details.
You're right. We
I
can
didn't
move
give you.
on now.
I didn't even put what I'm saying. I snapped my fingers. I didn't throw up, bro. That's the key to the story.
I wish the hypnotist taught you how to snap
Actually,
your
the
fingers
key to the
and
story
remember
is
shit.
the whole point of the story was that from a very young age, I was experiencing panic and anxiety and didn't know what it was and was already trying to find ways to adapt to those things.
I agree. That was the most important part.
That is the most important part.
I agree.
It wasn't ignored by my parents. It wasn't
It's pretty-
something they were afraid of with me, you know, as a 5-year-old.
That like if
Like, oh no, Jared's weird. Oh, he threw up at the restaurant. We got to get him out of here. Like, my parents never freaked out about shit like that.
All right, so that little sound you heard was that was where we now are back in the 2017 the Jared Watson Show season 2 timeline.
Making comments on that
Yes.
story.
So now
That's what we did.
the 2017 version of us. Now, right now, the 2026 version of us is talking about the 2017 version of us talking about the 2016 replay of the 2016 original show. That's what we were doing at the. Okay.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
We don't have any more clips about the rabbit and the throwing up, I don't think. Is there
Well,
anything?
hang on
you'd
a second. Hang on a second. All right. Now it's 2026.
The soundboard.
I got
You got sounds.
It's what Riverside got me. I don't have
man.
any of this set up yet.
Man, I wish I had my soundboard.
Nah, bro, you don't need that.
I wish I had that.
No.
Um,
No.
your thoughts.
Nor the slide whistle.
The slide whistle that I had a slide whistle from our buddy Sam, and then he asked me to mail it back to him, and then I had to buy my own. But you might
I feel like I might have it.
have it, but the audience may at some point hear a reprise of my slide whistle concert.
If I have it.
What are you doing right now?
Looking for the slide whistle.
Are you looking for You're looking for the slide whistle right now?
Yeah, I'm looking for the slide whistle.
It might
right
just
now.
be by your feet.
What?
Do you just have it might just be by your feet? Is it like
No,
there's a box
I'm at
there?
a desk with drawers. You know how those work? And in the drawers, you keep things. And one of those things might be a slide whistle.
Why would it be in the drawer of the
Or
desk
Mr.
you're sitting in
Roger
right now?
giving the finger. That's
Who?
kinda cool.
Oh,
Mr.
cool.
Rod- Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
I wonder if we could make that our new
Actually.
logo.
How about that, Jake? How about that?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I just
were
held
there.
up a sticker from a Pearl Jam concert in Phoenix, which actually wasn't in Phoenix,
No.
in 2013 for the Lightning Bolt tour. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I think it was in Glendale. Are you done looking? Are you still looking? Okay.
nope, I found a book. the third of Jake's series of novels called The Death of Fury, written by Jacob Allen Richmond. You can
Thank you.
go over
Yeah.
to Amazon and buy that whenever you
Why
get
is
a
that
chance.
shit in your drawer?
Because I don't have bookshelves. There's book 1.
Yeah, we'll get to that at some point. Thank you.
And I don't know where
This
book 2
is-
is because
Well, now
nobody
that
liked Empire, you know?
No.
No.
Yeah, book 2. The bridge book. You don't need to find that shit.
Just keep talking. I'll see if I can find it still.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the audience definitely, now that they know what you were
The
drinking,
audience. What audience?
they're definitely curious about what's in your drawers. So what can you just keep narrating like what you find?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, a
This
painting
is-
of Andre the
Oh,
Guillaume.
wow.
Yeah,
Oh, this is actually kind of,
yeah.
you know, those people who do like unboxing
Yeah.
videos, they have a whole like business, a brand of unboxing.
Yeah, it's my Andre the Guillaume portrait.
You could have a whole channel of just like undrawing.
There's me.
There's
Painting
you.
of me. Yeah, my buddy Luca Jubena did. Good friend from the
Luca
military.
Jubena.
Yeah,
Oh,
Luca
man.
Jubena. Hell of an artist.
These are all segments. Like there's the what am I drinking
look, there's
segment.
me. There's me and Coach Don Shula in Afghanistan. Check that out, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've lived in this house for 6 years, and we have not hung one photo, painting, anything. 6 years, bro. 5 years. We've lived in the house 5 years. Been back 6 years. Anyways.
We could do a whole segment about just your friends in Ohio who have really interesting sounding mafia names. We should do that like once a show.
Nah,
Is
bro.
that possible?
We don't talk about those things, bro.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. All right, you done?
For now.
Do you need to check your phone? See if anyone's trying to contact you or anything?
I mean, I'll look, and what I've noticed, and it's not surprising, is
That was rhetorical.
we have how many viewers do you think that we have on this live show right now, by the way?
I don't. You want me to guess? 2. I don't know.
Nah.
I
got
saw you
none.
looking at your phone earlier, and now I was just asking, do you need to look at your phone again as a way of giving you shit? Wasn't.
Every time I'm looking at the phone, I'm just looking to see if anybody's watching. That's it.
Well, we didn't tell anyone we were doing this, so
Nope.
2 would
Did
be
not.
strong. Do you have any comments about your 5-year-old Jared Rabbit and the Hatch story now that you've heard yourself badly telling it?
One is it's funny how memories work. They're not super reliable in a lot of ways, because I'm starting to question whether I was questioning while I was listening to that. I said that there was a woman reading a book. And I got to be honest with you, Jake. A, I don't know if it was a woman, and B, I don't know that it was a book.
What do you mean?
I do know that it was a story about a rabbit.
A story like you might have been just making it up.
And I can remember specific occasions, maybe one or two. One very specific, at least in my mind, because my grandparents, this is a long time ago. This is 40 years ago. My grandparents had carpet in the bathroom. That's how old it was. And I remember doing the finger snap to stop myself from throwing up at my grandparents' house one time. I remember that.
Do you remember it yourself? Did someone tell you? Snap your fingers.
Oh, I think my grandmother was reminding me to snap my fingers. I think that it was if I said that I felt like I was going to throw up, I would vocalize that. End up in the bathroom.
With people, as soon as you were like, I got to throw up, I think I might throw up, was everyone in the room just like, no, don't throw up? Is it like that?
There weren't always that many people in the room, man. No.
But they were all snapping. That's what I'd be doing. If my kid said that, I'd be like, I fucking paid for this therapy.
It's not their
shit.
It's not
You
their
are not
snaps.
going, go
It's
to
my
the
own snaps. It's my own snaps.
Wait,
I
what?
have to snap.
You have to. It has to be you snapping.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's an act that I have to do. I'm taking control of the situation through the act of snapping.
I think I'd still be snapping if I was your grandpa, though.
You might be distracting the snap. I don't know.
So, you said it worked because you stopped barfing.
Yeah, and so all right. So more clarification. It worked for as long as I did it. I think it was a habit that faded. It was something that didn't stick. It was not something that I was doing into like second and third grade, I don't believe. Yeah.
Okay. But did your anxiety just change forms?
Oh, it didn't address the anxiety.
Okay, yeah. That's a good place to continue.
This was the B.
That's
in
enough,
the CBT.
Jared. That's enough present day Jared. Present day Jared, just take a break. Thank you.
Okay.
And I walk in, stumbling, hold on to the wall, and I'm doing I'm holding on, and I said, I think I'm having a heart attack. Call 911.
Of course.
This is the first time I ever had one, though.
Yeah.
First time ever. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's freaking me out, man. So I lay down, and I got my legs up, and I remember being on 911. And I don't know if I'm gonna pass out, Trisha. If I pass out, I'm gonna need you
to breathe for me. Like I had it all planned out. I was calm. I was the calmest dude with a panic attack you would ever meet in your life.
Calmest hyperventilating motherfucker.
Calmest hyperventilating motherfucker you'd ever meet. That's what I was in that moment.
I actually see
I was taking control of my own panic attack, thinking it was a heart attack.
Yeah, and I see you in my mind during the story. Every time I've heard the story, I just envision you smiling with pride at how calm you perceive yourself to be.
Without realizing,
when you realize I'm able to have a complete sentence while my heart is about to
like my heart is
out of
gonna
my chest.
Stop.
I am going to leave this world, but I'm going to leave this world with dignity because I am giving instructions while I'm dying. And then a smile curls up around your face.
Kiss Molly.
And you're ready.
Kiss me. I love him.
You're ready to go into the sweet hereafter, proud of yourself.
And it never happened. And the paramedics came.
And God was like, you stupid fuck.
They
Congratulations on surviving your nothing. You were saying. Are you there?
It's hilarious. I mean, that's how it happened. I don't think I'd change much. I don't think I've got much I would say differently about the situation, other than just the fact that I've got a much better understanding of a lot of that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Well, I mean, you know this. I don't remember the last time that was the whole thing through this process. I don't remember the last time I had a panic attack. You know, so like,
fucking A, man.
You just eventually, if you're just working on shit, cheers, bro. If you're just, I wasn't not going to sip. It's the rule. If you cheers, you have to take a sip in case anybody. No, I was moving it over and I'm still talking. Don't.
Yeah,
don't do that to me.
You can't. If you cheers, you take a drink before you put it down, and that's just how you live life. Otherwise, good fucking luck. Anyway, go ahead.
It's just uncouth.
Yeah.
No, it's bad manners. What are you doing if you cheers and you put the drink down and not like, it's like, oh, so the cheers doesn't matter.
Right.
No. So whatever was so like exciting and important or like worth celebrating for you, nah, not important. Not important. Yeah. Don't do that. If you cheers, take
it doesn't even need explanation. It's preposterous. And every time you see someone do it from now on, now that you've heard that, it'll strike you, I think, as preposterous and offensive. I'm not offended by many things, but that does offend me.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you weren't about to put it down. I just had to make sure, just for the sake of the karma of the episode. So anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
That's kind of the beauty of the whole thing, is that when you do the sort of work to like adjust your reactions to things or react to your own emotions or your own feelings, things that are coming up, and have a better understanding of what they are, the purpose they're trying to serve, how they're not serving that purpose in that moment, and how they're actually just a distraction from you, like doing what you want to do, right? That it doesn't like go away right away, right? Like you don't have to like fight with it. You don't have to argue with it. You don't have to, why do I feel this way? Oh, this is bullshit. I can't. Like when you hyper focus on that like internal struggle with those feelings, with that emotion, with whatever it is that's coming up, with that very real response of, that story, I felt like somebody had kicked from the inside of my chest. I felt like And there's a couple of reasons. It was, I mean, physiologically, like I had stayed up. Almost, I barely got sleep for about 2 evenings. I was up for almost 3 days straight, almost, and I was editing a short documentary film. So I was cramming it. And it was about my grandfather who had just passed away 2 weeks after my daughter was born. And I had just interviewed him, or a month after my daughter was born, about that. And I just interviewed him 2 weeks earlier, right? And so like you have all these things going on and you don't have a full understanding of yourself, and you've been carrying this anxiety for your entire life. And all of that together, the lack of sleep, being dehydrated. I think I was putting them down back then. And so all of that turned into, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's like, yeah, of course it was a panic attack. Why wouldn't you have a panic attack after doing that? So fast forward from that was 2010 when that happened. That was late 2010. It was like November. It was like December, late November, December 2010. And I went through years. They were debilitating. I couldn't drive. You want to talk about not being able, snapping your fingers didn't work. I would have to like pull over and get out of the car and throw up. I was having panic attacks that were so bad. And it was from a combination of things. Because I had some other life stressors that were going on, and then I had some new ones that were added that were actually like, oh, you thought those were bad? Like this is, let's see what you do with this one. So
we'll get to a good one.
It was just, I mean, it was I guess the point is like, so over time, I had just gotten sick of it. I was just frustrated with it.
You and me both.
Wasn't like mad at myself. I wasn't beating myself up like what's wrong with me. I just wanted to understand it. And so that with some other things led to me fast forward to 2018. And we don't have to get into that now, but 2018, I mean, that's when I decided to start studying psychology. And that was, a lot of that was like,
you.
Oh boy.
I was sick of you having fake heart attacks, like at air shows in the middle of needing you to do something important in the middle of a 50,000 person crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick of you having fake heart attacks on the golf course on like hole 13 when we're just getting cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we were both sick of it. But I'm glad you gave some illumination to this, because what I want you and the audience, and I mean future audience, what I want you to understand is like, there's a reason I chose this episode. And you started this episode talking about, it's not the same show. We're not the same people.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of, in a quick way, when we'll delve into it as we go, but you brought yourself along a timeline about not just why those things were happening from like as a little kid. You didn't even understand it. It may still be a mystery, but as a young adult, it was happening. It was affecting your life, partly because of choices you were making.
Oh yeah.
But then you, not only were there choices that you've changed, but you've also sought to understand the psychology of it to the point where you're now getting into that as your field. And
yeah, I mean, there's literally only like a few catalysts, right? That did that. It's my own experiences of, my inner experiences, of who I am and those issues.
Yeah.
And then there's the external stressors from, you heard me. I mean, I said a name in there, and, I went through some rough times in my previous marriage. Rough. I am not a dog. Rough. Stupid. That was stupid. Anyway, and that was another big one. And then the other big one was getting fired from my job over the phone while I was homesick with bronchitis. Told this story a million times. And before I made my first mortgage payment, this was my first civilian job after the military. And after I got off the phone, my wife, Priscilla, looked at me and said, "Well, now you can go and study psychology like you wanted."
And
crazy.
I would like to say, just as you talk about the psychology of this stuff, I hear the knowledge, the understanding, the experience, the personal experience and connection to these issues. And I hear all of that and the authority that comes along with that and the peace that you can convey when you talk about it. And while I don't deal with anxiety, I can sit here and listen and go, man, this is the kind of voice I'd want to hear if I was dealing with this. And I say that as a compliment. I feel like other than doing the show with me, that's what you're probably here to do on Earth. So,
I don't think it's fair to also not to leave out that along the way, as I was walking around as a wooden marionette puppet, you were very much a cricket on my shoulder.
All right. That's enough out of you for now. Sorry, we'll get back to
I
you.
tried to give you a really nice compliment and you just shit all over it.
It was going to be to call 911 because mom ain't getting home soon enough.
Probably literally 30 seconds after your mom hung up with you.
Felt like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Call 911 and say, I'm having what I believe is an awful panic attack. I can't get control of it. I'm not asking for
this is a new story, right, Jake?
Send just somebody over.
Could you
pause that?
I'm sorry. Yes, this is.
All right, that was an awkward.
I don't know. I lost.
I feel like we need to transition into these as well. So.
I'm sorry. I lost count of which panic attack story we were in. This is another panic attack story.
All right.
He's on the couch with his grandma. His mom's not home. Okay.
911 a la carte. I don't need the ambulance. I just need a patrol car.
Could you have my neighbor?
Someone
do me a favor and call my neighbor and have him come over and knock on the door.
And if you bring single malt, it's usually.
It's so ridiculous.
Tell me who you have on.
So I didn't want any of that. So what do? They do? They say, "Where are you at?" I said, "Struthers," because I called on my cell phone, so they have to verify.
It was charged.
Yeah, cell phone, bro. Cell phone's charged.
Oh, good.
I'm in
Okay.
Are we back? Okay, we're back.
Keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. Okay. That was just a quick one. Quite funny story about he's having a panic attack and he's in his tiny little small town where everyone knows everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's with his grandma only.
Oh yeah.
And he calls because he knows he's having a panic attack, but he still needs someone to come and check on him. His mom, unfortunately, is gone. She can't get back. So he calls 911. He knows the dispatcher who's answering. He knows who's going to respond.
Yep.
But the guy who responds,
the
responder, once he gets on the phone,
mm-hmm.
I think it went from dispatcher to you got connected to the actual person who was trying to get to you. And you were like, oh, yeah, I know you, buddy. And
I think
no names, please. But this is a guy everyone knows in town.
Mm.
And you said no names, please.
Mm.
And then you're talking to no names, please. And you're like, yeah, I'm at my mom's house, Donna.
I don't even have to give an address at that point.
And he says, I do know Donna and Chuck real well. I've been to their house. I don't have the address memorized. Can you give me the address?
Oh, okay.
And Jared,
you did have to give the address.
You did. In fact, that's the whole crux of the story.
Now I'm
you couldn't remember your mom's address. And
I had just moved. All right, I had just moved back to my hometown. So this would have been 2020. This was right. This was 2020, I think. Was I not moved home yet?
I don't care.
I don't think I had been. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, we don't. Let me see. What do we have here? 50,
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to pull something up.
26. Hold on. I'm almost there. I don't want to step on anything.
Oh, it couldn't have been 2020 because I was telling the story on a 2716.
Yeah, definitely not 2020. No.
What am I talking about? God bless.
So, short version is he starts yelling at his grandma, who also lives at his mom's house. They're both at his mom's house on the phone with 911, a friend of his who is a first responder, and he's trying to yell at his grandma to give the address to him so he can give it to the first responder. She gives the wrong address of where she lives.
She only lived there for like 15 years.
She's like 90.
No, she was younger at that point. Nah, she was about 90. You're right.
She's about 90. And you start yelling at your grandma that's not the address. So the motherfucker who doesn't know the address, who's asking his 90-year-old grandma for the address, starts yelling at the grandma because she's giving him the wrong address. He doesn't know the right address. He just knows it's wrong. And then he makes his grandma get up out of her chair instead of him getting up off the couch, makes his grandma get up off her chair and get a piece of mail somewhere so that he can get the address. So anyway, that's the short version. We're going to move on.
I thought I was doing so well.
It's my soundboard.
It really doesn't happen that often. It happened those 2 times though. But let's do this. So between the story I'm about to play and the story that I previously played, let me say this. I don't let those things slide. I address them.
Warning, this is a 3 to 4 minute clip.
What am I? Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Ignore them. I am not afraid of them. I don't try to hide them. I don't try to act like they aren't real things. And I make appointments and talk to people, which is kind of the point of this entire episode.
Good for you. I mean,
it's not.
That's really.
It's not even. I feel like your sound effects sometimes completely take away from the seriousness of what I'm talking about. And that
you think
sound effect sucked almost as much balls as a legitimate panic attack.
What I'm actually trying to do is, if I could get you to actually have a panic attack during this episode, it would really make it perfect.
No, it's not going to happen.
Oh.
I don't just walk around. I'm not like, what is it when you don't have the stuff in your blood to make you stop bleeding? What is that?
I don't.
Oh, come on, man. It's a thing where you get
hepatitis.
No.
It's hemoglobin, for crying out loud. Come on, idiot.
Yeah.
I know that, but it's called something. You're something phylactic.
Anemic.
No, something phylactic. Anaphylactic. Something.
What am I talking
still don't
about?
know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Hema something.
No.
Yes, it is.
Come on, idiot. You're almost there.
Hemophilia.
Yes.
That's
for me.
Now you
That's
can
for
use
me.
it. Yes. Now you can use it. Very legitimate time.
This is what you were doing.
So my panic attacks are not a.
President Jared, did you have something to say? You look like you have something to say.
No, I'm just enjoying this.
Okay, go ahead.
You're gonna have to stop and start.
I stopped recording because I was sick of your shit.
I'm not gonna stop.
I know you're not gonna stop. Won't stop. Can't stop. Take that.
You're gonna have to make.
By the way, now stop it. Jake. Stop. Hang on. I gotta play that every time we do this. I gotta play that. There's in this new show, there will be no. There will be Biggie references, but there will not be Diddy references. Anyways, continue.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Not making your point.
My point is that
What are you doing?
I'm looking at my arm and pretending like I'm looking at my arm as if I got cut and it just won't stop bleeding. Like I don't just have panic attacks that won't just stop. Like I don't just have constant panic attacks. That's not how this works.
I realize that.
They come out of nowhere. Left field, right field, center field sometimes.
Right.
You don't even see it when it happens. You feel it when it happens. So you're trying to coax one out of me with your soundboard, which is, I don't understand how you're thinking that that's going to be something that happens. I don't know where you're going with that.
I just, it's more of a dream scenario.
Anyway.
Okay.
There we go.
Hold
We're
on.
back.
Okay. Next.
What was
Not-
that?
What was what?
Like, was there a reason or a purpose to any of that one?
That was just us bantering. And now, fast forward a little bit after you just got done telling me, bro, I'm accountable for this. I don't just walk around having panic attacks. I don't just.
Oh, okay.
I don't just walk around and just rub my boots in someone's couch. So Rick James, back to you, sir.
I had an awful panic attack, dude. I had an awful panic attack to the point where I had to call my coworker. And I called my coworker, and my coworker was over, and I knew that I was having a panic attack, and I thought to myself, just get over here so that you can make sure I don't pass out and hit my head on something.
I have to just say, okay, this is such a fucking awesome story. This is the longest.
Hang on. We're back in present day. Come on now.
Present day. This is a great story, and it's about to be around 10 minutes. There'll be a couple breaks in it, but none of this can be clipped out. This is not one I could edit without taking a lot of humor out. And it really speaks to you'll hear at least the old Jarid and how the old Jarid handled things. And it's endearing. It's adorable and it's awful. And you'll hear the old Jake just dealing with the old Jarid in a very sort of normal way at that time. All right. We're going back in time. Get cozy.
And I went through my Rolodex. And I called my good friend, my personal nutritionist, Priscilla. She was on an earlier episode. Priscilla.
Our unofficial health expert?
Yeah, kind of, because she's
not just your nutritionist. She knows a little bit
I took
more.
a class.
She took a class and she read some books.
We covered that. Exactly.
I'm pausing. We're back in present day.
Yeah. See, we're here. See, you heard the sound. Yeah. Present day. Shout out to Priscilla, who is taking her licensure exam. To be a registered dietitian.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheers. Shout out.
By the way, no longer just your friend and personal nutritionist.
No, my wife.
Y'all have a much closer carnal relationship nowadays, and it's legal. I was there. I was at your wedding. I gave your best man speech, and you guys are like actual life partners now. So it's really cool to listen to this.
Yeah.
It was very cool to listen to this just like a few days ago. I was at the gym, dude. You have to imagine.
Should I call her in the room to hear this with us?
Probably.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see what she's doing. Let me see.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm gonna rewind it a bit.
Listen. You gotta hear this. You gotta hear this. It's been a long time since you've heard this. Don't worry, I don't gotta be on camera. She's getting ready for bed, Jay.
That doesn't matter. This is more important.
No, but I mean, there was a time where we would stay up after doing a late night show and
Yeah.
like sing karaoke
Yeah.
in the office studio until like 2-3 in the morning with the windows open.
Yeah. That was our post
Now
game.
it's 10:30 and she'll be asleep in the next 30 minutes.
So
Yeah.
at this time, is she coming or no?
She's here.
Oh, she's here. Okay. So
Mhm.
at this time, Jared is telling one of the cringiest stories you'll ever hear in your life. As far as like
Is it cringy?
If an alien came to Earth and was like, "What is this word cringe?" You could just play the next 10 minutes of this, and the alien would be like, "Oh, that's cringe. Thank you." But at this point,
I don't think you're
Jared
allowed
and
to use that
Priscilla,
term.
who knew each other from Aviano Air Base, Italy,
Mhm.
many years prior.
Yeah.
And now they're in the early stages of dating when this is recorded. So he refers to her as personal nutritionist because it wasn't really official public yet that they were kind of a thing, but they were kind of a thing. And I knew that. And I think it was after this episode when Priscilla did come and like join us live in studio for a couple of episodes. It wasn't before this. I think this might have been the first time she was on the show. But you guys were dating. So Jared is telling a story about a time he had a panic attack and he calls his good friend, who he's known for a long time, Priscilla, who he refers to as personal nutritionist. So I went back a few seconds to start this story over. So here we go. Now that Priscilla Watson is listening.
To hang out for lunch.
I had an awful panic attack, dude. I had an awful panic attack to the point where I had to call my coworker. And I called my coworker, and my coworker was going to come over. And I knew that I was having a panic attack, and I thought to myself, just get over here so that you can make sure I don't pass out and hit my head on something. And I went through my Rolodex, and I called my good friend, my personal nutritionist, Priscilla. She was on an earlier episode. Priscilla.
Our unofficial
Yes,
health
she was.
expert.
Yeah, kind of, because she's
not just your nutritionist. She knows a little bit
I took
more.
a class.
she took a class and she read some books. That was
We
about
covered that.
it.
Exactly.
Really good books.
She read really good books and took a class.
Hold on. You called a coworker,
I called the coworker.
and this story, which, damn it, listeners, I unfortunately have to tell you, I have heard this story. Unlike the other one he told in Ohio, which I hadn't heard.
Yeah.
This story was spoiled for me at work earlier today. Now, don't worry, there's enough to bring out the best, but I just want to, it's important to get into Jared's head for this story because Jared is having a panic attack. Your kids are here and you were alone. No, your kids were not here, right?
Kids were not here.
You
I
were
was
alone.
Yeah.
You called work.
Turn this down until
You talked to a coworker. You tried to call a coworker, didn't answer, called a different coworker. That coworker put the first person on the line.
Yeah.
And instead of saying, hey, I'm a big boy, I know how to handle panic attacks, I just need someone to walk me through this, talk to me, and get till I come down from it, your decision was,
Hey, dude, come over
Come
and
over
make sure
now.
I don't pass out and hit my head on something.
right, not stay on the line and come over, not whatever, just hang up and come over.
But I had a twofold. It was one fold, get someone here to make sure I don't pass out and
Yep.
knock my head. And then second fold was to call Priscilla
Yep.
and have her talk me down
Yes.
from the ledge.
And why I'm bringing this up is great because the way you portray yourself as being logical and under duress is about to backfire. This is great. I just want to get everyone in your mindset right
And
now.
it backfires
So you
it
said,
backfires so bad.
coworker,
Yeah.
thank you for your service. Come to my house. You are fulfilling your role.
Yeah.
I have now this other person, my personal health assistant, my personal health expert.
On the phone with me.
I'm going to
work me
call
through it
this
all.
person right now.
Yeah,
Go ahead, click, and Priscilla, hello.
So what happened, Priscilla? So I called you and I told you what I was dealing with, correct?
You called me and said that you needed me to stay on the phone with you because you felt like you were going to pass out.
Yep.
And if you did, you didn't want to be alone. And then 5 minutes into the conversation, you say, well, I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to go do that and I'll call you right back.
Okay, stop.
Well, yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
What did you have to do in the bathroom?
I had to go poop, bro.
You had to go poop. So we're talking number 2.
Yeah.
And you did not want to talk to your personal health expert while going poop.
No.
And you gave her a time limit.
She wouldn't even want to hear that.
Oh, it was audible. You knew it was audible? You're having a panic attack. Do you often poop while you're having a panic attack? Because I thought it was vomiting. You graduated?
No, I had I told her that I had felt better at that point and that I was going to go poop.
Oh, you were good.
I didn't tell you I was going to
Priscilla, what did you know about this bathroom?
Surprised you could poop in that state because
I am
typically
too.
when you're really stressed, you're constricted and you cannot relax enough to have a bowel movement. But okay.
I'm Neo. I'm the anomaly.
Priscilla, did he
So
tell you?
I don't hear from him.
Present day.
Bro, I'm Neo. I said I'm. He's the one.
Imagine me at the gym. I'm just like, I want to do some show prep for the show we're going to start. I know we want to go back in time and give some history of the show. And I got my phone at the Y. I'm doing my stuff and I'm just listening to old episodes that I don't remember. And I'm just hearing this and I have tears in my eyes. I can't work out. People are looking at me. Okay, Neo, go ahead. Present day Neo.
I don't think it's. I don't know. You said it was cringy. I'm not. There's nothing cringy.
Oh God, yeah, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Oh no.
Are you? I just thought. I guess the only thing to just say now is like, just remember the person. I love hearing Priscilla's voice in this. It's so great. The person you hear on the phone who goes through this hellacious experience ends up marrying Jared. It's insane. This is amazing. Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry, hon.
Better. And that friend, Priscilla, actually called me. In my mind, from what I knew, because I only felt my phone ring once, I pull my phone out of my pocket. I see she's calling. And I go, I'll call her right back. And I put it back in my pocket. I just thought I'll call her right back.
Forgetting you told me you would call me right back.
Yeah.
Oh, so forgetting.
I called 6 times.
6 times.
Oh,
I know.
Waited 5 more minutes, called again, and left a voicemail saying,
oh.
I have not heard from you. You are not answering your phone, so I'm assuming you're not well. If I don't hear from you in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to call for help. I also sent a text message saying the exact same thing.
All the while, I'm laughing it up with my friends.
So
all the while, I'm feeling better, and I'm like, I'll call Priscilla back in a little bit. No big deal.
So I call the base's emergency services and go through this whole spiel and let them know what's happening and that I think, the last I know is he felt he was going to pass out and he was quickly going to the bathroom, was going to call me right back.
They were going to find me like Elvis, dead on a toilet.
I didn't know what they were going to find when they got there. I was afraid.
Meanwhile, you were ordering your lunch.
But this is the best part. I'm on the phone with them for a good 20 minutes before they even get to his house. So he had 20 minutes to see my text message warning him I was calling for help and listen to my voicemail.
And I clearly don't pay attention to time and how time works. I didn't realize it was that long.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I know it didn't feel like that much time had passed. It just didn't.
I mean, this is like without violence, this is about the worst thing you can do to
Well,
someone.
you asked me if she.
Present day. Are you cringing yet?
Cringing? No.
Oh God. Whew. Okay.
No, not cringing. Laughing at. Well, I mean, Priscilla's laughing as well as she leaves the room now.
It's not over.
Yeah, it's not over. You got to come back in here, hon. I think she's going to get a washcloth. She's doing her. It'll take her another
Her
30
routine.
minutes to
Yeah.
the whole routine thing. I not only do I have am I diagnosed, with PTSD and have a history of awful panic attacks. But shortly after that period, in like 2018, 2019, I got a diagnosis of ADHD, if you would believe it. Pretty surprising,
Well,
right? I mean, surprising, right?
That makes not surprising. This
just on to the next thing.
Diagnosis.
On the phone, having a panic attack, on the phone, trying to feel better, get off the phone, feeling better, have to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I think there's a line in A Christmas Story where I wish it reminds me of the way that I think now.
But you're not going to come up with that line.
No,
So.
of course not right now.
No.
It's about how, the life of a child, like how it moves from one thing to the next so quickly that like that's what that was. It was like life was awful when it was awful, and then all of a sudden it's not awful, and I forgot it even happened. I moved on to the next thing.
All right. Well, we're not done yet. So
I guess I'm not moved. Yeah, we're not.
Few more minutes.
You might be done with the past, but the past ain't done with you.
That's right, motherfucker. That's right.
His head.
No. Was there any part of you that just thought he forgot to call you back?
No. Not by the 6th time I called and then left the warning messages. No.
By that time, and I realized this percentage was increasing with every phone call. I want to understand.
Shut up.
You don't deserve to talk. Someone who cares about you is talking right now, and you completely.
That's what I'm trying to talk about right now.
You're interrupting this person who cares about you. Is trying to talk about that, and you don't deserve to interrupt this person. Priscilla, this percentage of certainty that he had fucked himself up by passing out was increasing with every phone call you made, and by the time you got to number 6. And you're on the phone with the cops at this point, you're telling me, just to be clear, you were at that point where 100% sure that you were dealing with a situation where he did pass out and was unconscious, and you were helping.
And lying in a pool of blood. Yes.
Was there any part of you that thought he was doing something else and forgot to call you back? And it's just #Jarid.
Well, he's really good at responding to text messages, and when he didn't respond to the text message warning that I was going to call for help, and 20 minutes had gone by and still no response, I thought for sure, and I couldn't call emergency services fast enough, and the first 2 numbers I called, nobody was answering.
This is incredible. So I want everyone to know who's listening to my voice, someone who knows Jarid well, who just said has known him for a decade, every scintilla of doubt was gone. This person who cares about him, who knows him better as well, if not better, than anyone else in the world for his adult life, had slowly, over 20 minutes, eradicated all doubt and was positive he was lying on the floor, unconscious, in need of emergency help. This is the situation we find ourselves in. Fucking incredible.
Simple
And
panic
what
attack.
was happening?
I was yucking it up.
Yucking it up with people he had called to help him stay conscious. Oh, they were helping. Oh, did his phone die? No. Did he not feel the vibration of his phone? No. He felt it.
One time,
He felt it. It made a noise, made a movement. He pulled it out of his pocket.
are we talking about the phone?
The phone.
And I know him. He was too busy entertaining his guests.
His
in the midst
guests.
of a panic attack.
His guests who stopped what they were doing with their lives in the middle of a work day to come to his house in an emergency situation.
It was.
These guests, are you okay? Yes. And now, hold on. I know you would like to discuss my emergency situation, coworkers. You're here to make sure I'm okay. My welfare is of utmost importance to you, and I'm sorry that you have interrupted your day at work to come to my house. But I must stop you now to check my phone. Aha. My phone says that someone else who cares about me is wondering if I'm okay.
But Jake,
I will put my phone back in my pocket. Let's continue talking.
the best part of it all is I couldn't get a hold of him. But when I gave his phone number to the cops, he answers the first phone call he gets from them, and they go, Are you Jarid Watson? Yeah.
Yep.
Are you okay?
They said, "Are you the Jared Watson?"
Jared, did they fucking say that?
Are you the Jarid Watson
God.
having another panic attack?
Did you?
You're a dick.
Oh my god, that Priscilla line killed me. I am so glad I was not in the middle of like fucking squat because when she said, "Are you the Jared Watson having another panic attack?" I was dead, dude. I was so dead. Oh my god. Thank you, Priscilla, for that. We're almost done. Present day Neo. Is there any comments? Still not cringing? No. Okay.
I don't need.
Nope. It's okay. There's not much you can say.
No, you know why? You know why? Because I think I'm laughing at other things. I know that you think it's hilarious that I was an idiot like that, right? I mean, it's easy. It's right there. There's I'm thinking of other aspects of this that are not included in, and there's reasons why I'm not talking about it, because I know that your reaction will be, well, let's just do it because this is why we do the show. If I were to say that I'm not the only person in this house with PTSD, and can you imagine putting two people like that in the same house together, like what that does? Like Priscilla is always sure that I'm laying dead in a pool of blood, right? Like, so there's,
oh my god.
Like, how many
That's
times
funny.
do you think that that if she hasn't, that, you know, that's it's pretty often that I'm dead in a pool of blood, which makes it, I think it makes it funnier, I guess. But
does.
I also think that trying to have that funny conversation only makes it look like I'm trying to brush off my own responsibility in it. And that's not the case, because I'm 100% responsible for literally ignoring the phone because the people in front of me in that moment are just more important, right? Like that's like what's in front of me in that moment is real. And that phone and that'll be real when I get to it.
Yep.
Oh, what an
Except
asshole.
for the cops.
What?
The cops were real now. Okay.
And that was the second time the cops came to my house on on a military installation.
All right, we're almost done. We're almost done.
To try to find a way to thank her for.
I'm going to go the rest of my life. Everyone listening to this is going to go the rest of their life. Humanity is going to go on throughout existence.
Yeah.
And never hear a story like that. And by the way, I believe in different dimensions. I'm not done. I believe in different dimensions. In another dimension, I'm going to tell you, in another dimension, you never reconnected with your friend Priscilla from Italy. And in that dimension, the person you called is me. And in that dimension, you called me and said, my coworker's coming. He's on his way. I just need to get someone to talk me down off this panic attack. Oh, I have to poop. I'll call you right back. And I say, all right, but you better call me back. And you say, I will, duh. And then you don't. And then you don't. And then I walk past the cops who are at your house. I walk past the cops who are at your house. And I beat you to the fucking death in front of the cops. And then I explain to the cops the reasons why I did this thing.
Yeah.
And they go, and then I go, and then I take custody of your children myself.
God,
present day.
You know the main detail you screwed up in that part though. The one thing that was just different.
Okay,
that wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have got off the phone with you when I went poop.
Damn it. Damn it. That's true.
Yo, bro, I'm going to the bathroom.
I would have been like, can you call me back? You'd have been like, I don't think that's a good idea.
Nah, just stay on me. No big deal.
Stay on me. I'll mute. It's a good point, man.
Yeah.
That's how shit works. Like, well, literally. Yeah. But also little things like that change everything. Okay. And this is, we're going to close this out with one last clip.
I love that we've been doing this for an hour and 20 plus minutes.
Well, yeah.
It's another thing that hasn't changed about the show.
Hold on. It takes as long as it takes. 122:40. I think 122:40. I can't plug my mouse in because I need all the USBs. And so I'm doing this by finger.
I find my anxiety.
It's important to have mental health.
No, mental health. To take care of your own mental health, to care about mental health, to realize that mental health issues are a real thing. A lot of times in this country as being first world problems. It falls into that realm of first world problems.
Yeah.
And that is a stigma that just does not work. Sorry, it's got to go. The things that I deal with are funny a lot of times. They are. At the moment that it's happening, it's kind of scary sometimes. At the same time, I know I'm not the only one dealing with it. I know that other people are dealing with worse. And I know that it's all you can find ways to deal. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Don't tuck it away. Don't push it away. Don't hide it. Don't look at it like it's something that needs to be that you're embarrassed of.
Right.
Whatever that mental health issue may be.
Right. So it shouldn't define you.
No.
And I think
not.
there are so many ways in which you live life, Jared, that I wouldn't recommend to most people. But
I don't necessarily know what
this
that
might
means,
sound
but
strange. This might sound strange, but one of the ways I kind of wish everyone would live is the way you are when it comes to stuff like this, where it's sort of inherently embarrassing in one sense. If you're to tell people about like this moment you had that's like cringeworthy. We just had a whole story about like one
Oh.
giant cringe.
I told you while we re-listened to it, I'm never going to be able to make that up to Priscilla, for crying out loud.
Right. Yeah. You're forever in her debt. But the cool
Add
thing
that to the
about
list.
you as a person is that you sort of lack ultimate shame. You sort of recognize the idea of shame and being embarrassed, or sort of like, well, yeah, I made a mistake there. It's evident in the end of the story we just played, where you're like, that's my bad. That's about as far as you take shame, and it's cool because you don't let something like panic attacks or anxiety define you. You have a sense of self that's in balance. It's sort of it's your identity, and then the anxiety part is kind of off to the side, and it's a thing you deal with. You don't let it define you.
That's
you don't
the
get
scary
embarrassed
thing.
about it.
That's what I don't want people to do. That's why I don't want people to tuck it away. That's why I don't want them to force it down, to ignore it, because that's when it manifests into things that are more dangerous for themselves or for other people. And
All right, back to present day for good. I just think it's so cool to hear old Jared with all old Jared's problems basically foreshadowing where you are now in lots of different ways.
Yeah,
So,
the reason you highlighted at the end of that I only have a certain level of shame that I'm willing to allow myself to go to. I think that a lot of times if we don't, and I did this not knowing, I just found shame. I don't find shame. I just didn't inherently. I just didn't find shame to be useful for me. Because if I already have things that I feel bad about with myself, that the shame part is like, I don't know how that's going to help me, but there's a conversation there between, okay, so shame, but do I feel guilty? Yeah, I feel guilty. I take full responsibility for mistakes I've made in my life, for any of those things that I should be accountable for. And I think that that's the big takeaway there, is that I said in that statement, I'm never going to be able to make it up to her. Right? I didn't talk about how I felt so embarrassed and awful, right? Because it happened. I can't hit rewind, right? Time is linear. So what is shame going to do other than to make me feel shitty about myself and make it about myself?
which
When really it's the guilt of my behaviors have affected somebody else.
yeah.
And
Yep.
so why don't I feel a lot of shame? Because I don't take, because what's it going to do? I'd rather,
But
like, the guilt is good enough. The guilt is more important.
I think you said it really well. It's almost like taking the victimization of a bad thing and giving the victimization to you as opposed to where it belongs. And if you do bring it to yourself, it's really hard to make it up to the person who was the victim. And what I will say, I'm going to say a few things here. You always do make it up to us, Jared. The things that drive us crazy about you, those of us who love you, it's also the stuff that we love about you. You make it up to us by being you. and just embracing your presence and caring about people in a way that's pretty unique to you. And I'll go the rest of my life. Everyone listening to this and now and in the future will go the rest of their lives. And in all the dimensions out there, there will never be another person like you. And for those who are listening to this at whatever point in the timeline, in whatever dimension, I hope you understand that Jared is the person who barfed as a kid for no reason. He's the person who had fake heart attack, anxiety, panic attacks. He's the person who made Priscilla, his now wife, think he was dead, who yelled at his grandma to get the address off a piece of mail. He's also the person who, when people showed up at his house to try to take care of him, make sure he was okay, he was so present with them and yucking it up with them because that's what felt right to him. Like, and he's the person who will talk about it on a podcast and then talk about talking about it, about talking about it, about talking about it on a podcast. And he's the person who will let me go back in time and take control of our first episode back in our new show with complete trust and have no issue. And he's the person now sitting here who's like gone through all of that, who can sort through his own stuff, who now can help other people sort through their stuff. There's no one like you, man. And if there's any question in anyone's mind why we have a show, why I want to have a show with you, why it's worth putting a show out there that's me and you, I hope in an hour and a half of our history that question has been answered. So cheers to you, please. Thank you. Love you. Oh shit. Better get a drip.
I did. Cheers, man. Yeah, thank you. That's why I want to do the show, so that you can consistently end each episode praising me.
We're back.
Let me roll it back. In all honesty, yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot. It means a lot. And there was a time where I couldn't take a compliment like that without doing what I just did, but taking that further and feeling awkward about it.
You know the truth when you hear it.
I don't want to go that far. Otherwise, we'll start calling the show the Jared Watson Show again.
That's fine. Damn, it's too bad we don't have like music, you know? This would be a good time to hit that button.
Thanks for tuning in. Follow us wherever you find us and listen to us wherever you find us. Comment, don't care. We're not doing it for you. We're doing it for us. Nah, I mean, there's things we're doing.
If you don't like it, it ain't for you.
If you don't like it, it ain't for you. And also, maybe it will grow on you. Jake, I just want you to know, too, right as we sign off here, we have one comment in the public chat.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It is from Socialist Wag 55XMVY4EEX.
Oh, yeah.
It says, best viewers. And then there is a link that I hope nobody clicks on and that I don't want you to go to as I say it, but it's at webcraze.online. So if you want to give your computer digital herpes, just click on that link, folks. I mean, it's what's the worst that can happen? Besides, you will have the Best Buy Geek Squad pulling their hair out, trying to fix your computer. So thanks to Socialist Wag 55XMVY4EEX for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again soon. Love you, Jake.
Peace.